Hello there, and welcome. My name is Owen Thorne, and I'm so pleased you've chosen to spend this gentle spring evening with me. You've come here to relax, to let the day's cares drift away like petals on a soft breeze. Tonight, we'll visit the 100 Acre Wood, where Pooh Bear himself is about to take a drowsy, dreamy nap among the blossoming flowers. Before we begin, I invite you to settle comfortably. Close your eyes if you like, and focus on a long, soothing breath. In through your nose, and out through your mouth. Let your shoulders soften and your thoughts slow down. Can you imagine the quiet hush of spring? The way sunlight filters through new leaves? Hold that image gently as we prepare to wander into a calm, welcoming place. A world where gentle breezes carry the scent of honey and wild blossoms, inviting us to rest and dream. Now, take a slow, deep breath and feel your body grow heavier. In the hush of the evening, feel warmth settle around you as though you're wrapped in a cozy blanket. You might hear the faint rustle of leaves, the birdsong growing sleepy in the fading light, and a sense of tranquility enveloping you. This is your moment to let go of any lingering tension. Let the outside world fade step by step and allow yourself to enter the realm of gentle springtime dreams. In the heart of the 100 Acre Wood, Pooh Bear opens his door one mild and golden morning, drawn outside by the promise of a brand new season. The last traces of winter have long melted away, replaced by the joyful chorus of chirping birds and the sound of budding leaves whispering in the breeze. A soft carpet of moss greets his footsteps as he wanders across the threshold, noticing how the sunlight has turned the glades into pools of gentle warmth. The sky overhead is a clear and comforting blue, speckled with the faintest wisps of cloud. Pooh Bear sets off on his leisurely walk, just as he does on most mornings. He's not in any hurry. A slow stroll is more than enough for him. After all, there's so much to see, hear, and smell. The faint perfume of fresh blossoms, rosy pink buds, snow-white petals, and pale lilac blooms drifts through the air. Each new bloom seems to whisper promises of a wondrous spring, full of gentle sunshine and quiet joy. A cheerful bird perched on a low branch gives Pooh Bear a friendly chirp, as though greeting him to this delightful day. He tips his head in return, softly humming a little tune under his breath. The tune sounds like the forest itself, a gentle melody inspired by rustling leaves, flowing streams, and the companionship of old friends. In the 100 Acre Wood, friendship abounds, and Pooh Bear always feels the presence of those dearest to him, even when they're not right there by his side. He meanders onward until he finds a small footpath lined with the bright green shoots of newly sprouted grasses. Dappled sunlight plays across the forest floor, forming shifting shapes that sway in time with the gentle breeze. Bees buzz among the flowers, weaving left and right, collecting nectar to carry back to their hives. Pooh Bear regards them with a knowing smile. The bees, after all, create one of his very favorite things, honey. Just thinking about it makes him feel both content and just a teensy bit hungry. As he strolls, he picks up on every soft detail that signals spring's arrival. In the distance, a small creek bubbles, winding its way through the forest like a secret pathway, leading to quiet corners where fallen logs and fern-filled dells invite woodland animals to rest. He notices the softness of the ground beneath his feet, a gentle cushion that carries him forward, quietly and calmly. Tiny sunbeams filter through the canopies, highlighting the delicate edges of leaves and petals, making each glow like a piece of the morning sky. Before long, Pooh Bear's nose catches a whiff of clover. His furry ears perk up, drawn toward that gentle, sweet scent. The forest seems to whisper, leading him deeper into a sunlit clearing. There, the grass is lush and bright, and a grand oak tree stretches its branches overhead like a protective canopy. The bark is dark with age and wisdom, and its leaves quiver with the promise of spring. At its base, a soft patch of moss invites Pooh Bear to sit, rest, and maybe indulge in a sweet daydream. A contented sigh escapes him as he lowers himself onto this natural cushion. With one paw, he reaches into his little satchel to check on any leftover honey. He finds just enough for a small treat, so he enjoys that golden sweetness while gazing at the peaceful surroundings. The honey tastes like sunlight and flowers, capturing all the goodness of the warm spring day. After his final spoonful, Pooh Bear closes his eyes for a moment, letting the light breeze brush gently across his fur. The 100 Acre Wood is lively now. Leaves whisper secrets, grasses sway, birds sing cheerful tunes, and honeybees buzz about their daily tasks. Yet, despite the gentle bustle, the place holds a quiet magic that feels safe, timeless, and utterly calming. As the day progresses, Pooh Bear notices the shifting patterns of light in the clearing. Pale blossoms flutter to the ground, dancing on the breeze before finding a resting place near his feet. Each petal is like a soft reminder of nature's grace and the peaceful cycle of renewal. In the warmth of springtime, everything breathes with calm intention. Even the wind seems to move at a leisurely pace, just enough to keep the forest fresh and comfortable. The lingering taste of honey in Pooh Bear's mouth lulls him deeper into repose. He observes the colours around him, the bright green of the grass, the tender pastels of early flowers, and the varied shades of tree bark. His breath slows, matching the gentle rhythm of nature. At times, he can almost hear the rustle of a faraway friend passing through the woods, a momentary click of a twig, or a faint echo of a cheerful hum. But he doesn't stir from his comfortable spot. He merely smiles, content with the knowledge that in the 100 Acre Wood, good company is never far away. With the sun climbing a bit higher, a delicate golden glow spills across the meadow. The newly budded leaves overhead filter the sunlight into a pleasant warmth. Pooh Bear shifts slightly, finding an even cozier nook against the base of the oak tree. He thinks, for a brief moment, about what his day might hold. Perhaps a visit with Piglet, or a meander to Rabbit's garden to admire the fresh vegetables. Yet, these thoughts flow in and out like a gentle wave. There's no urgency in his mind, only a quiet acceptance that all will unfold as it should, in its own good time. A gentle breeze brings the lively fragrance of lavender and fresh grass. High above, a cloud drifts slowly across the sky, lazily changing shapes from a duck to a balloon to something else entirely, too soft and gentle for a name. Pooh Bear, with half-lidded eyes, imagines that cloud floating through a vast sea of blue, unhurried and serene. For a moment, he drifts into a pleasant reverie, thinking how lovely it would be to float so peacefully, guided by the breeze, with nothing to worry about and everything to enjoy. Slowly, he feels his eyelids grow heavier. The forest around him breathes, and he breathes with it. Each inhalation seems filled with the perfume of spring, and each exhalation empties him of any remaining tension. He can sense his entire body settling into the soft moss. His pores grow warm and relaxed, and the fur on his face seems to tingle gently in the dappled sunlight. He doesn't fall asleep just yet. Instead, he surrenders to a hush that seems to radiate from deep within the 100 Acre Wood itself. This hush isn't silent, but rather softly filled with the melodies of nature's gentle hum. The breeze, the bees, the rustling leaves, each adds to the quiet lullaby echoing through the trees. Pooh Bear notices a nearby branch swaying in that hush, like a metronome guiding him toward a dreamy state of calm. Time drifts like the scattered petals on the forest floor. When Pooh Bear finally stirs, the afternoon sun has shifted, turning the shadows into long, slender shapes that dance across the ground. A drowsy yawn escapes him. If he had a clock, he might check it. But in the 100 Acre Wood, time moves with the rhythms of nature, measured by the warmth of the sun and the songs of birds. Pooh Bear knows that if his tummy is not overly rumbly, the time must still be perfect for resting. Perhaps now, a gentle walk would be in order. With an unhurried motion, Pooh Bear stands and meanders to a nearby stream. This stream flows crystal clear, weaving around smooth stones and small patches of reeds that rise in soft green tufts. The water gurgles an inviting tune, and the air above it is pleasantly cool. He takes a moment to kneel beside the bank, watching tiny fish dart among pebbles beneath the shining surface. If you look closely, each stone seems like a gem, polished by countless seasons of flowing water. Pooh Bear dips his paws in the stream, enjoying the delicate tingle of the gentle current. The water soothes and refreshes him. A pair of butterflies flutters near the bank, one pale yellow, the other a soft pastel blue. They circle each other like dancers, weaving in spirals of silent choreography. Pooh Bear smiles, feeling lucky to witness such a quiet moment of natural grace. The hush of springtime permeates everything in the 100 Acre Wood, as though the season itself has gently embraced every creature, every blade of grass, every patch of clover. He follows the stream for a short while, letting it guide his path. Along the way, he he notices fallen blossoms drifting on the surface, creating tiny rafts of pink and white that gently bob along. A few chickadees flit overhead, playfully calling out as they chase each other among the budding branches. The forest edges widen into a meadow bursting with wildflowers, purple, yellow, and the softest pink. It's a tapestry of colour framed by swaying grasses, inviting Pooh Bear to roam further into the tranquil heart of spring. In the centre of this meadow stands an old log covered in velvety moss. Not too far from the log stands a worn wooden sign, letters faded but still recognisable. This sign points in one direction toward home, and in the other toward adventure. Pooh Bear smiles at the sign, remembering all the small expeditions shared with his friends. Sometimes, the greatest adventures lie in the simplest pleasures: a shared pot of honey, a heartfelt conversation beneath the branches of a willow, or a quiet nap on a lazy afternoon. Feeling the warmth of the day growing around him, Pooh Bear chooses a shady spot near a patch of fragrant clover. He leans against the old log, noticing how comfortable it is to rest there. A grasshopper clicks its wings in a lively chatter somewhere close by, a little voice in the symphony of spring. He listens without focusing too hard, letting the forest's lullaby carry his thoughts wherever they wish to drift. A mild, drowsy feeling washes over Pooh Bear. His eyelids flutter once more, as though weighed down by contentment. A yawn escapes him, soft, unhurried, and perfectly natural. There's no need to do anything more ambitious today than simply be. Life in the 100 Acre Wood moves to its own gentle pace, and each inhabitant has the freedom to pause, breathe, and rest at will. He notices the fleeting presence of a gentle breeze, like a tender hand brushing past the meadow. It cools his face and rustles the fur on his belly. Almost instinctively, he draws a deeper breath and feels that comforting, drowsy weight settle into his limbs. The environment around him feels like a cradle of warmth, an embrace of sweet grass and mild sunlight. His thoughts become softer, more languid, drifting in and out of half-formed dreams. There's an image of a honey pot, brimming with golden sweetness, but it's not a pressing desire, just a pleasing idea in the back of his mind. His head tips forward gently, chin resting on his chest. He's not quite asleep, but resting in that blissful in-between. One moment, he's aware of the faint chirp of a robin in the distance. The next, that sound merges with the quiet hush of the forest's breeze. The world around him grows softer, as though covered in a comforting blanket of springtime scents and sounds. Eventually, Pooh Bear stirs enough to open his eyes to the half-light of afternoon. He shifts, feeling the gentle urging of his body to find an even cozier place, perhaps somewhere truly sheltered and snug, where he can lie down with no worry in the world. The meadow is lovely, but the sun can be a bit bright, and though the gentle breezes are pleasant, he yearns for a more private nook. So he stands, stretches slowly, and heads back toward the deeper part of the wood, guided by intuition and a calm sense of anticipation. Following the path, he passes a few tall pines that exhale the clean, crisp scent of evergreen. Beneath them, the forest floor is a little cooler and more shadowed, giving Pooh Bear a brief respite from the sunshine. He moves with a languid grace, his steps gradually slowing as he senses a place up ahead. In a quiet copse of birch trees, slender trunks with white bark peeling in delicate layers, he finds a small ring of wildflowers forming a cozy circle. The birch branches overhead are still outfitted with fresh, tiny leaves that sway like little flags of welcome. It's here, beneath these trees, that Pooh Bear decides to settle for a proper nap. The grass is plush, almost springy, and the scent of the earth has that rich, loamy sweetness. He nestles down, feeling an instant wave of relief. The day is gentle and mild, the sun's angle just right to cast playful patterns of light on the ground. As he stretches out, the hush of the forest seems to come closer, cradling him in a lullaby of rustling leaves and soft breezes. From this vantage, he can see bits of blue sky through the leaves, a peaceful, drifting tableau that invites him to close his eyes and breathe. With each slow inhalation, Pooh Bear takes in the fragrance of earth and wildflowers, and with each soft exhalation, he feels tension melt away. His little bear heart slows to a comfortable rhythm, syncing with the forest's tranquil pulse. The day's quiet adventures have served as a gentle prelude to this blissful moment of rest. He shuts his eyes fully now, letting the images of the morning swirl in his dreams. The honey on his tongue, the shimmering petals dancing on the surface of the stream, the cheerful call of the birds overhead. It all coalesces into a soft tapestry of comfort. A deeper yawn escapes him, and for a moment his mind wanders to his friends. Piglet, who might be tidying up. Eeyore, who might be contentedly munching on a patch of thistles. Tigger, who might be bounding about somewhere, stirring up gentle mischief. The thought of each companion carries warm affection, but it doesn't rouse him. Instead, it soothes him, reminding him that all is well in the 100 Acre Wood. Time has a way of standing still in these quiet moments, a slow and tender hush that settles over the land. As Pooh Bear's breathing deepens, the forest continues its gentle music. The branches quiver in a light gust, and somewhere in the distance, a brook gurgles with lazy contentment. Everything aligns to create an atmosphere of profound restfulness. This is a space where daydreams flow effortlessly, carrying Pooh Bear ever closer to the soft embrace of slumber. And then, at last, sleep finds him fully. The hush around him becomes the hush within him, a cocoon of warmth and drowsiness that enfolds his entire being. He drifts into dreams where honey is plentiful, where each flower is a friendly face, and where the gentle lullabies of nature echo endlessly in the distance. In these dreams, the 100 Acre Wood remains just as welcoming, alive with spring's soft, sleepy magic. Now, allow the same drowsy comfort to envelop you. Notice how your breath has become slower, more rhythmic, Perhaps your eyelids feel heavy, like Pooh Bear's. Let yourself float on this springtime current of calm, drifting deeper into a sense of rest. If thoughts come, acknowledge them gently and let them pass, like leaves carried away by a lazy stream. Feel the subtle weight of relaxation settling across your shoulders, your arms, and your legs, as though you're melting into the very softness beneath you. Imagine the tender hush of the 100 Acre Wood wrapping around your own body, a kind of protective cloak woven from gentle breezes and warm sunlight. There's nothing you need to do right now but surrender to the lull of spring. Your heartbeat aligns with the forest's song, a slow, soothing pulse that lulls every muscle and calms every worry. Each breath is a gentle invitation to unwind a bit more. Breathing in, feel the freshness of a meadow in bloom. Breathing out, let any lingering tension slip away, carried off by that mild, honey-sweet breeze. Let your mind wander, unhurried, toward thoughts of soft moss, mild sunbeams, and the gentle hum of bees among flowers. Picture yourself resting under those protective trees, the ground beneath you as comforting as any cushioned bed, the sky above a tranquil, dreamy dome of pale blue. If you can, close your eyes and let the images become softer, more diffused. Each passing moment brings you deeper into a realm of quiet relaxation. Like Pooh Bear napping in the shade of birch trees, you can let go of everything except the soothing warmth of the present. In your mind, the forest hush grows, lulling you into a deep, restorative rest. The gentle hush is at once inside and all around you, guiding you toward the healing power of slumber. Soon, you might find that the borders of thought blur, the way daylight fades gently into twilight. There's a peaceful darkness behind your eyelids, and in that darkness glimmers the comforting promise of dreams. Let yourself wander there without hesitation. Let the forest's lullaby cradle you, its rhythms slow and steady. The fresh buds of spring will keep watch. The drifting clouds, the rustling leaves, even the soft footfalls of woodland creatures, each one stands as a gentle guardian of your rest. You've journeyed far enough for one evening. You've listened to Pooh Bear's gentle adventures in the 100 Acre Wood, and now you can share in the same comforting lull. Allow yourself to sink into that tender hush, drifting into a calm, blissful sleep. This is your safe haven, your restful nook, a place where every breath brings a new wave of serenity. Close your eyes completely now, and let the next slow, soothing exhale release all remaining tension. You are warm, protected, and at ease. As night settles softly over the 100 Acre Wood, the stars might emerge, twinkling gently through leafy canopies. But your eyes grow too heavy to notice. The forest welcomes your slumber, offering you the same peaceful dreams it has always provided for Pooh Bear. Sleep now, dear traveler. Sleep deeply and sweetly, knowing you are embraced by the comforting arms of spring and the soft hush of a peaceful wood. Good night, and rest well.